Hello everyone and welcome back to More When the Night Comes. Oh my god, yes, we are back for chapter 2. Oh my god, yes, chapter 2 was recently released not even a week ago. So we are back in on this game. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. I really do think that this game is really worth to check out and really worth to follow in terms of playing as a let's play. So yes, yay, oh my gosh. So in the last episode, if you guys remember, and in case you can't remember, please go back and check out the first chapter that I did on this Let's Play. And basically, for you guys here, if you want to get a really nitty-gritty rundown of what happened in that last chapter, is basically we got our introductionary stuff going on. So we arrived at the town that we were supposed to be in, which is here. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called, but I'm sure it'll come up. Linares? I think it's Linares, yes. So the town is called Linares, and we're supposed to be stationed here in order to help out with the authority over there to solve some murder cases here. So we came in late in the night, and we found shelter with one of the first... Oh god, I'm forgetting names. But anyways, we sought shelter at a magic shop, and we met the first character. I forgot his name, what his name was. I'll probably put a picture of him up on screen. But we met him. We stayed. He insisted on for us to stay the night because it's too dangerous to go out wandering in the middle of the night past a certain time, and that's when things get really freaky. And so he's like, I don't know if anybody told you, but we all avoid doing that. So it's like, oh, okay, fine. And we were super tired anyways, and our B&B was just like too far across the other side of town. So it's like, yeah, we have no choice but to stay over. So he was getting us settled down in his his living room on the couch, and then all of a sudden we get attacked by this other guy that comes in through like the floorboards. Basically, he's our like neighborhood vampire essentially. And so we met him. He thought we were a threat to his friend here, and then we were like, no, chill dude, we just stopping by, and he invited us in, and we're not meaning any harm here. So yeah, there's that. We met two of the characters there, and then the next morning we met another character. It was our leading commander. I remember them. So he's our commanding officer, the person we would report to, and they were like, yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. He's just there. They were just there for like, I don't know, some potion or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, that's how we met them. And then afterwards, we went to our tavern, our B&B, and then we couldn't check in just yet, so we hung around at the tavern area. I met two more of the characters, the werewolf dude and the other hunter lady that we accidentally replaced, who were in the position wise. We met up with them. I think it was I forgot their names, sorry, oh my god. But anyways, we met them, and then afterwards, our last guy who is here, Omen, we met when we decided to go kind of roam around the cemetery, or the scene of the crime of the latest murder. And he kind of walked in on us and was like, hey, what's up? And he seems pretty friendly for a demon guy, so we started chatting him up, and we were just getting in touch with the town people, and that's it. So yeah, that's basically where we left off. That was really weird, sorry. Anyways, yeah, so that's it. So he's just saying how things are getting a little weird in this town, and I hope you have a nice day, and I hope you can solve these murders. And we're like, okay, so no pressure then, yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna continue on from there. I know this is all old dialogue. I just wanted to stop a little bit before the chapter 2 cue card, I think it was, to just show you guys, and then we can get started on that. So yeah, that's it. That's basically it. So yeah, no pressure at all. Welcome to Linares. There we go. That's the end of chapter 1, as we last saw it in the last episode. So we're going to go on to chapter 2, Into the Darkness. Uh-oh, are we actually going to, introducing relationship reports. Oh my gosh, flirt options are unlocked in this chapter. For each flirt selected, you will gain points of the chosen character, but choose wisely. These points will fluctuate and determine whose romance you will unlock in later chapters. Okay, wow, we got point meters. Oh, and we got our little B&B here. So I make it to the enforcement headquarters with time to spare after August's thinly veiled threat about tardiness yesterday. Yes, he did say that. He doesn't like us being late. He doesn't like us, yeah. After a terrible night's sleep on scratchy sheets, I couldn't possibly feel less ready to face my really friendly superior. Blah! To face my less than friendly superior. He's not friendly. They're not friendly at all. Yes. I raised my fist to knock the door, but the muffled conversation that I hear coming from inside has me hesitating. Oh, sorry, am I interrupting something? It sounds heated, and I glance at the clock on the wall behind me to check the time. I have 1 minute before I'm sure General Willingham will admonish me for being late. He'll scold me. So, what do? I take a deep breath and I knock. The voices suddenly stop suddenly. I hear a clack of heels and then... hello, Commander. Yes. Oh, it's you. Yes, it's me. They quickly glance at the clock, brushing a stray mauve curl behind their ear. Well, you're on time, at least. Congratulations. Thank you. So, I know it's terribly cozy out there, but please, come in. Well, invite me in then. I nod politely and quickly step into the enforcer's office. It's beautifully decorated, neatly arranged bookcases lining the walls, laden with a collection of trinkets and tomes that possibly rivals Ezra's. Yeah. Ezra, that's his name. The name of the first guy that we first saw or was introduced to. There's a huge desk in the middle that's positively overflowing with reports and letters, a half-emptied ink pot, and elegant sapphire quill poised and ready. Okay, you seem very busy. Then, as if I'm experiencing a rather vivid case of deja vu. Oh, Piper, that's her name. Jeez, yes. Piper appears before me, looking decidedly less impressed than she did in the tavern the other day. Yes. Hunter Lee, yes, hello. Nice to see you again. Yeah, nice to see you again. Save. Let's save that. It's nice to see you again. Hello, Piper, it's nice to see you. Yeah. She stares at me, eyes narrowed as her gaze flickers to August, who stands quietly just behind me. Their hands are clasped behind their back, her dark eyebrow quirked almost expectantly. Piper frowns at them, nose crinkling before she turns her attention back to me. Yes, you too. Cool. I offer her a smile, but the one she offers in return doesn't quite meet her eyes. I appreciate the effort nonetheless. I guess she's got a bone to pick with August here. So you two have met already, Yes, indeed. In the tavern. Again, Piper? Oh. August sighs heavily when we both fail to respond, and Piper manages to look anywhere but her superior. Anyway, they run their hand along the edge of their desk, inspecting their perfectly dust-free fingertip as Piper huffs in their general direction. I know you have very important business to attend to, but I'm not finished with you yet, Willingham. Is that so? I have given you your mission. You've completed it. Sorry. Oh my god, my brightness just went down. You've complained about it. Loudly. Yes. So pray tell, Major, what else could there possibly be? Piper flinches and I see her demeanor shift, her admirable determination withering and dying as that word rolls off August's tongue. Yes, she's been demoted. A harsh reminder of her demotion, one that clearly stings. I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to ask her about it, to finally know exactly what she did that warranted her being made such an example of. Nice, August. Really nice, right? Way to rub salt in the wound. You could quite literally cut the tension in here with a dull-bladed dagger. It's not awkward at all. Guys, we have a meeting, General? Yes, General? Oh, Commander General, yes. So, yes? August sighs, glancing at Piper almost guiltily, but the sorry expression fades the second she meets their gaze. Yes, we do. Okay, is that everything for today, Merriman? She growls, a quiet rumble through clenched teeth. Is it ever... Yeah, I wasn't asking... Ugh! Well, they take a deep breath, pinching the bridge of their nose between forefinger and thumb, utterly exasperated. You're dismissed for today, Merriman. Yeah. They stare at each other down, and I wonder how the hell they ever managed to become one of the most successful elimination teams in all of Escria. I've heard countless weird and wonderful stories of their partnership, of Piper's unparalleled strength and August's unmatched intelligence. But here, now, guys, all I see is a dispirited hunter and an impossibly tired enforcer. Harry's on his way. I suggest you depart quickly. She blanches at that, and I can almost see her admitting defeat, her shoulders relaxing, the furrow in her brow fading. Fine, I'll go and look for your possibly for your possibly a small chimera, but probably a big fucking cat. One day, you'll have to stop punishing me, you know. Piper grabs a set of expensive-looking daggers from the chair in front of their desk, strapping them to her back with haste. She pauses in front of me, and those dark eyes soften as she meets my gaze. See you around, Hunter. Enjoy your important meeting, and remember what I said. Alright, yes. And if we have any trouble, we'll call you. Another glance at August, and they suddenly become very interested in studying their perfectly manicured nails. Foot, arse. Foot, arse. With a wink, she spins to face August. She squares up to them playfully, the enforcer towering above her, still uncaring, unbothered. Twat. Yeah. And with that, she turns on her heels and slams the door so hard it shakes in its frame. August walks around the back of their desk, practically falling into their well-used leather chair. Oh dear. Are you stressed? I scanned the piles upon piles of paperwork that littered the wood, taking in the countless reports and letters, scribbled diagrams, and gruesome drawings. I get the impression August is in over their head, the disorder of all of this information making my fingers twitch. They watch me carefully, stifling a yawn with a trembling hand. I know, trust me, I know. I know, it's like, I want to organize your papers for you. As much as I hate to admit it, we've got nothing. As of right now, I suspect everyone in this town, as should you. Oh wow, everyone's a suspect. Though I may not really know them just yet, I sense that this kind of vulnerability I'm seeing is rare. August doesn't strike me as the type to admit defeat so easily, and something more serious than the usual stress of the job seems to be lingering under the surface. After what I saw back at Ezra's shop, I can't help but wonder what they were like before all of this, the way the young witch looked at them. Pity. Ezra pitied August. Another heavy sigh, a noise I suspect I'll be hearing often, and August huffs a quiet laugh. They relax back in their chair, and for the first time since we met, they seem to let their guard down. I don't know why Harry decided you were the right person for this job above all others, but I trust him implicitly. So whatever plan he has for you, we had better make it work. Yes. They pause, staring me down with those ice blue eyes. You have very lovely eyes, I just want to tell you. Now, are you ready to begin? Sure. Give me a briefing. I think I am. Let's start always, General. Flirt. It's a flirt. Oh, hey, who should we go for? I don't know. I feel like in the flow of the story, I feel like we're too brazen in terms of trying to flirt with our superior right off the bat. So I feel like we should do the little bit of flirting for other characters that we've met along the way. So say like Ezra, for example, or Omen, or if we ever see them again. So I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. So let's just say let's start. We'll come back to it soon. Another time, yes. So let's not go for them just yet. I feel impatient, restless, practically crawling out of my skin as I sit in this chair. I should be out there already, talking, gathering evidence. What's the first step? Yes. August flicks through a document covered in an elegant looping script, barely glancing up at me when they next speak. You meet Harry. Harry tells us both what to do, and we do it. Okay. They chuck the papers aside, watching as I slide across the desk to join the rest of the jumbled reports. I stare them down, perplexed. They really have nothing for me? No brief before I meet the most important man in Escria? Yeah, that's it? Yeah, that's it? You don't got no briefing for me? August shrugs, nods. That's it. Oh my god. I suspect Harry will be looking to take full advantage of your fresh, unbiased eyes. I don't know how you're used to doing things, Hunter Lee, but throw that out of the window. Oh, okay. Everything changes here now. Oh. Alright. It's a game changer. I hear footsteps in the hallway and August quickly rises to their feet. Oh, is that them? They straighten their clothing, tie their sash a little tighter, smooth down their hair. I follow their lead and move to stand by their side, my heart hammering triple time in my chest as those footsteps draw nearer. There's distinct clang of metal, of armor, and heavy boots. Then the door swings open and an imposing figure enters the room. Hello, oh my. Hello, sir. His gaze flickers between myself and August, expression stern, emotionless. I risk a glance at August out of the corner of my eye, and they're unmoving, stuck on the spot. I've heard many tales about Harold Addington III, and as he stands before me, I feel a certain sense of pride that he would choose to summon me to deal with such a vital case. He's adorned in the standard enforcer colors of black and gold, but his outfit is far more regal than any of the other higher ranking officials I've seen. Yes. Oh, and he takes it off. Yeah, Harry peels off the steel gauntlet that covers his right hand, setting it upon August's desk. His elaborate coat is discarded next, and he stands toe-to-toe with August. A wide smile breaks out across his scarred lips, and he pulls August into a tight embrace, a deep, comforting chuckle rumbling in his chest. Oh, old friend, how the heck are you? It's been a while, has it not? Aw, that's cute. He pulls away, still firmly holding onto August's shoulders. You look exhausted. Have you not been sleeping? Yeah, August offers him a wry smile as Harry drops his hands. I'm trying to sleep. Does that count? Harry throws them a look, something stern but edged with a certain fondness, one that a father might give to their child. Look after yourself, Augustus. Yeah. August nods once, still smiling as Harry turns to stand before me. Hunter Lee, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I can finally put a face to all those impressive reports I read. Oh. He offers me his hand, and I eagerly take it. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Lieutenant General Addington, sir. Yes. He smiles warmly, keeping his grip on my hand, his other holding my forearm. Harry is fine. None of that formal nonsense. If we're going to be working together for the foreseeable future, we might as well get familiar. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. Of course, Harry. Yes, Harry. He laughs, and I feel incredibly relaxed in his presence. Right. Now, let's get to business, shall we? Yes. August hands him a standard issue file that's sealed with wax bearing the Scarlet Enforcer emblem. He seems like an uptight sort of guy, but he's actually he's a pretty chill dude. And with impeccable fashion sense. They watch me carefully as Harry breaks the seal. Yeah, as Harry breaks the seal, a heavy sigh falling from his lips as he quickly scans the report. He closes his eyes, handing the papers back to August before he turns his back to us both. A silent moment passes, and Harry rounds his shoulders, clicking his neck before he faces us. You know, Hana, I've worked for the Enforcer for nearly 30 years, and I've never quite felt so useless. Harry pauses, the waver in his voice evident as he composes himself. We've lost some of our best, our brightest, kindest. Oh shit. I truly am at a loss, and I'm finding it hard to remove my emotions from the equation when it's my own people being needlessly slaughtered. August averts their gaze, stealing a quick glance at me, seemingly sussing my reaction, but also giving Harry a moment of privacy. Nothing can bring them back, but we can bring those responsible to justice. Suddenly it hits me. What? The victims were hunters, weren't they? Oh, yes, they were hunters, just like you. Oh, damn! Harry huffs a quiet laugh, clearing his throat. I know we're putting a great deal of responsibility on your shoulders, but I have never-ending faith that you're the one who can help end this madness. Now, do you have any questions? Plenty. Ask about the victims. Are there any patterns to the killings? Yes, we know about the victims. Okay, we get the general idea that they are hunters. Specifically targeted hunters. Wow, okay. So let's just ask more about the patterns of killing. Other than the timing of the murders, are there any other patterns I should be aware of? Yeah. Harry's mouth twists into a grimace, and he shakes his head. What? I hope you don't think ill of me, but I'd rather not tell you at this point. Why not? He and August shares a look, and August seems perplexed by this statement. Right? Harry places his hand upon August's shoulder, a reassuring touch, a smile, then he's looking back at me. Please, just trust me, both of you. I want you to go out there and see things with your own eyes. Utilize your abilities, then we can discuss what we've already discovered. Why? This is a complex case with many intricacies, but I think it's important that initially you don't let our opinions cloud your judgment. Oh. Really? Is that it? Is that why? As terrifying and as baffling as this may seem, I see where Harry is coming from. I don't want to be influenced by an investigation that's so obviously failing. Okay, I guess. Alright, oh well, we have the option to ask about the victims anyway, so let's do that. How many victims do we have so far? Yes. August looks at Harry for guidance, and Harry nods his permission. 4, but we anticipate more. A victim has shown up every 7 days for the past month. Wow, shit. Okay. Yes, with the most recent being 6 days ago, which is when I called for you. Okay, enough is enough. Yes, so we're due a body if our calculations are correct. Ooh, which means it should be showing up anytime soon, right? Harry clears his throat, twists the gold band on his finger. Concentrate on the latest victim for now. Male, 40, 60 years of age, a general. One of our best. We owe him this. Yeah, we owe him this. I take a deep breath before I ask my next question, feeling immensely guilty before it even falls from my lips. Were all of them burned? I saw the ash, the charred ground. Each body has been burned very badly, yes, to the point where we cannot determine what wounds they inflicted beforehand. Oh, not even with magic? He shakes his head, exchanging a look with August, one I can't quite place. Not even with magic. Wow, so where would you like me to start? Yeah, exactly. What do I do? I almost expect them to tell me to figure it out myself, but Harry surprises me. Well, the most obvious of places would be the Ibeck. The Ibeck? What the fuck is that? The what? Yes, what the fuck? What is that? A curious pair are the Woodwitch twins. They've taken up residence in the old church in the middle of town. I'm sure you've seen it. I saw it all right. Big, imposing, obviously dilapidated. Sorry. Yes, I did notice it. It's quite hard to miss, but I assume it was empty with it being in such a state of disrepair. We can only dream that it becomes vacant, unfortunately. Okay. August clenches their fist, the faintest flicker of magic shimmering in their palm. They are a plague upon this town, spouting their drivel and preaching to the dumb and ignorant. They're idiots. Oh, Augustus. August takes a deep breath, their magic dissipating. Right, sorry, I'm not fond of them. Well, I'm not fond of them, if you couldn't already tell. Yeah. Harry and I share a glance, and he smiles warmly, winking at me. Oh, I think we got the picture. Now, Hana, like I said, I suggest you start with them. Just see what you make of them. You might need to play along with the woman. She tends to favor playing games, anything to baffle you. Have they already been questioned? Are they dangerous? Yeah. Are they human? Yeah. Unless you're gonna tell me they're vampires or something like that. Harry shrugs, and August's annoyance at him being so unbothered is obvious. Yes, they're human, and yes, they've been questioned. Oh. Hunter Merriman saw to that, but she and the woman have a rather tumultuous relationship. Their alibi is solid. They have a guard, a human who has connections to Clan Casimir. She has no reason to support the Ibeck other than just doing her job. Okay. I'd still be interested to hear of what you think of her, though. Okay, so in theory, they're harmless, but they do have the people's ears for some bizarre reason. They prey on fear, and the town is infected with that right now. Be cautious of them. They certainly won't take kindly to you. Oh. Oh, I think Hana can handle them just fine. Have some faith, August. August waves their hand dismissively, wandering over to a filing cabinet that's nestled in the far corner, whilst muttering something under their breath. Sorry, okay, fine. A warm hand touches my arm, a reassuring gesture. We trust you, Hana. Okay, now, once you've spoken to them, I suggest just going wherever your gut tells you. There's plenty of other Lunarians for you to get to know, so just take today to really find your feet. I must meet with August and some of the other generals now, but please report back to us in the morning. Unless you find any damning evidence, of course, in which case report back immediately, yes. I nod, glancing over at my superior, who has taken it upon themselves to dive headfirst into yet another pile of paperwork. Trust no one, right? Yeah, not a bloody soul. Dang. Okay. Suspect everyone, question everything. Alright. I close the door behind me, leaving August and Harry with their discussion. I feel a bit overwhelmed, but ready. Ready to finally start my investigation to hopefully end all of this chaos. I take a deep breath and straighten my clothes, feeling ruffled from both that initial heated encounter and the brief but informative conversation with the Lieutenant General. As I turn to leave, I spot Piper leaning against the wall. She looks stoic, her gaze fixed on the floor, but she perks up when she spots me approaching. Hey there. Hey girl. What you doing? Oh Hana, I can call you that, can't I? Yeah. She makes a quiet, frustrated noise and closes her eyes. She shakes her head, exhaling sharply before she meets my gaze. Listen, I'm sorry you had to witness that exchange. I couldn't bring myself to leave without apologizing for my behavior both today and in the tavern the other. Yeah. It's been a rough few weeks, and I often let my passion overrule any rational thoughts that I promise I am capable of that I promise I am capable of having. It's unbecoming of me. That's all right. I'm taken aback by the vulnerability of her words, her stance. This isn't the Piper I thought I'd have to become accustomed to. Yes, God. Piper, She raises her hand to halt my words, calloused fingers curling into a fist. Please, Hana, just let me apologize, alright? Okay, fine. Then we can pretend I never acted like a complete arsehole, and you can go and do your job. So. Okay. She sticks out her hand, daggers clanging noisily when they rest in the holster at her back. The name's Piper Merriman. Okay. She rolls her eyes, taking a deep breath before her next sentence. Major Piper Merriman. Yes, she throws me a wicked grin, and I can't help but laugh at her playfulness. I understand why you're upset. The pleasure is mine. I can do a little flirting. Why not? Yeah. Let's save first. Yeah. I can do it. I like the flow of the conversation here, so yes, I like this. So the pleasure is mine. I eagerly take her hand in my own and shake it firmly, my touch lingering a little longer than necessary as I cling to her warmth. It's a pleasure, Hunter Merriman. I trust I'll be seeing you around, or I hope. A smirk hooks the corner of her mouth, her fingers brushing as they slowly part, and there's something curious shining in that striking sapphire gaze. Well, the town is terribly small. It would be quite hard to avoid me. Okay. I shrug, nonchalant. I can think of far worse things than bumping into you. Yeah. She narrows her eyes, shoving me playfully, the most subtle flash of color creeping across freckled cheeks. Oh, I don't know. I can be pretty scary if you ask nicely. Nicely, you say. She purses plum-colored lips, those endless pools of sapphire sweeping over me like a caress. Well, I think we're going to get along swimmingly, Hana. Yes. She's quite an enigma, and I can feel my skin prickling under her heavy gaze. It's certainly not an unwelcome feeling. She snorts a laugh, the sound wholly inelegant but charming nonetheless. What's so funny? Yeah. She narrows her gaze, shifting from one foot to the other as if she has excuses. As if she has excess energy to dispel. Oh my god. Why is my reading skills deteriorating right now? Oh, nothing much. Just didn't expect you to be quite so interesting, I suppose. Okay. I feign offense, and her answering laugh is magical. I'll just have to prove myself then, won't I? That you will. Okay, now. With a heavy sigh, Piper glances at the clock before turning back to me with a roll of her eyes. Ugh, I'd better get going. I have an inevitably worthless mission to get on with. Yes, God. People in this town are adept at mistaking common house cats for ghastly creatures. Must be something in the water. I guess so. I should go too. Yes, of course. Now off you go. Save Linares and all that. Yeah. See you around, Hana. Yeah. Bye. She turns on her heel and heads for the exit, pulling her chestnut hair up into a messy bun as she goes. I gather my wits, checking my supplies and weapons, adjusting my armor. It's time to begin. Okay, let's go. Let go. It's a strangely beautiful day in Linares, regardless of the biting cold. And it's daytime, so we can look around properly. The sky is clear, the cobbled streets abuzz with smiling faces, people strolling to the market with empty baskets and full pockets. There's certainly a different vibe to the last time I walked this street. No panic, no haste. As I draw nearer to the center of town, I see that imposing white building. Oh, that's the church? Okay. Scarlet flags sway in the wind, but the closer I look, I see that they're tattered and dirtied. Yes, the twins may be human, but the way my stomach drops and twists as I approach the weathered wooden door tells me that I may be a little shocked by what I find. Okay. Y'all, where are you? I push open the heavy doors, and the sight that I'm met with snatches the breath from my lungs. The abandoned church is huge. Yes, its dome ceiling was seemingly once decorated with an intricate painting, but the layers have cracked and peeled over time, and nothing more than the remnants of what looks like a starry night sky remain. The furniture is caked with a thick layer of dust, and the pews are in disarray, covered with strange etchings that look like they've been carved into the cheap wood with a blunt nail. There's a lot to take in, but I'm not here to scour this ruin for evidence. I'm here to talk to its inhabitants. Yeah. The dread that that's now finally firm. The dread that's now firmly seated in the pit of my stomach churns violently, and it's something old, something that lingers. I anticipate that I might find a lot more than I bargained for if I truly desired, but I need to focus. I need to find the Woodwitch twins. Yeah. As if by magic, two pairs of startling bright blue eyes emerged from the shadows near the destroyed pulpit. Whoa, whoa. Oh my. Y'all are really pale. Maybe you don't get out too much, huh? Hello, Hunter. We were expecting you. Oh, okay. To say that they're unusual would be an understatement, and they're not at all what I expected. That's true, actually, because I thought they would be like, old, decrepit people, but I guess not. Anyways, whatever. Let's start slow. Let's just be casual. I offer her a small, friendly smile, however forced it may be. Word travels fast here, doesn't it? I'm Hunter Lee, and you are? She narrows her eyes at me, suspicious for the briefest of moments before she's smiling, unquestionably friendly. Despite her best effort, it's still unnerving. I'm Aurora, and this is my dear brother, Armoros. Okay. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Hunter Lee. Yeah. I nod politely, not quite sure which of them I should be focusing my attention on. Yes. Armoros doesn't appear to enjoy talking, or maybe he's simply not permitted to. His overbearing sister is clearly the leader of the two. Alright, address Aurora, address Armoros. Well, like I surmised, Aurora seems to be running the show here, and she's doing a lot of the talking. But at the same time, she's the trickier of the two, you know? What if I catch her off guard and ask the brother instead? Should I do that? I feel like I should do that. I wanna switch up my game, you know? Don't wanna go with the flow just because. Yeah, let's go. Let's just address our Armoros just for the heck of it. Let's do it. Armoros seems uneasy, far less abrasive than his sister, and as I turn my attention to him, his eyes widen almost comically. He resembles a startled forest animal. So, Armoros, Armoros, can you tell me a little bit about the church, about what you do here? Yeah. His mouth twists into a dissatisfied snarl, but as he begins to speak, Aurora swiftly interrupts him. Oh. Armoros, we haven't even offered our visitor a drink. Oh. Such a terrible first impression we must have given you, Hunter Lee. Armoros sighs loudly, giving up without a fight. Wow, I'm fine, thank you. I'd really just like to ask you a few things so I can be on my way. Yes. What is the IBAC? What do you know about the murders? What is the IBAC? I'll just ask that. Can we go back? Can we possibly go back to these questions? I feel like they're important, so let's just do this. I clear my throat, trying my hardest not to be distracted by the unnatural stillness. Can you explain to me what you do and why? Yeah. They share a look, and Armoros nods once under his sister's ice-cold gaze. Our purpose is simple. We spread the word of the night, of those that are oppressed and murdered in cold blood. And who exactly are the oppressed, Miss Woodwitch? She giggles, the sound musical, but edging on manic. Oh, the creatures, of course. Okay. I look at Armoros, and he drops his gaze, color sweeping across pale cheeks. Is my answer not satisfying, Hunter Lee? Surely you know that the institution that you serve brings harm to innocents? Nope. That the creatures that you kill are nothing more than confused, lost looking for salvation? Oh, so they're the ones who are defending the supposed creatures that are going around murdering our people, our crew. I pause, carefully contemplating my response. My adult life has consisted of seeing creatures trying to mindlessly murder innocent people, trying to kill me as I protect them. I see no desire for salvation in that. I appreciate that there are creatures who don't intend to harm anyone, even some that are kinder than most humans. But, I smile again, take a deep breath. But I cannot bring myself to understand how you can so blindly support the slaughter of your own people. Armoros frowns deeply, and I swear I see him shaking his head at me, but it's just subtle enough for his sister not to notice. Because humans are inferior and pathetic. Well, We infest and corrupt the earth by dedicating our time and resources to ridding it of the only thing that give our wretched species any hope. She inhales sharply, calming herself and brushing her hands over the front of her skirt. So, Hunter Lee, to answer your question, we are here to protect the creatures, just as you are here to destroy them. Okay. Then what do you know about the murders? Okay, so they're the ones who are supporting the creatures that may be possibly going around murdering our enforcers. But, okay. What do you know about the murders? I'm sure you're very aware of the recent murders in the area. Can you tell me anything that may be of use to my investigation? Or like, will you even tell me? Aurora steals her gaze, unblinking, fingers clasped tightly in front of her. We saw nothing, and we have an alibi. Yes. I look at Amoris, startled as he actually spoke, his voice soft, comforting. Startled that he actually spoke, his voice soft, comforting. Regardless, his words sound practiced, rehearsed. He looks nervous, like he'd rather be anywhere else but here, and his eyes keep darting to the door behind me. Nothing at all. You're stationed right beside the graveyard where the last hunter's body was discovered, right? You're telling me you didn't hear a thing? He was brutally murdered, seemingly set alight and burned to ash, and yet he didn't scream or call for help? I find that hard to believe, right? Aurora's lips curls at the corner, her eyes dark. My brother speaks the truth, Hunter Lee. Question us all you like, but we've been through this, with your insufferable predecessor. Just as Harry said, they apparently have an ironclad alibi, but my suspicion does not waver. I nod once, noticing I'm gonna stumble over his name so many times, I'm sorry, Jesus Christ. So, I nod once, noticing Armoro's gaze burning into me, and though I cannot gauge how he's feeling, my gut tells me he has something to say. Well, say it. Something he cannot with his sister by his side. He's scared. I feel like Harry sent me here just to unnerve me. Surely he knew this is what I would be faced with? I still have little to nothing to work with here, and as the twins continue to stare me down, I think about his parting words. Suspect everyone, question everything. Okay. You truly have nothing else to say You truly have nothing else to say regarding the situation? Aurora stands firm, straight, her lips curling into that wolfish grin once more. Not a thing, dear Hunter. It was ever so wonderful to make your acquaintance, though. Okay, well, truly. Do stop by again, alright? Okay. We're more than happy to accommodate you, should your agency need to question us for a third time. Oh. Armoris gives me a look again, and I wonder if it would be possible to somehow get him alone. I have a feeling I'd get a lot more out of him than I have from her. Thank you, Aurora. Amoros, yeah. Bye then. We'll just put that in the back of our heads then. On my way out, I see a small, neatly wrapped package sitting on the doorstep. I bend down to check the label, and written on it in an elegant script are the words Zes Hewa and Armoris' name paired with a small heart. I may not know what it means, but I know a demonic language when I see one. Just as I suspected, there might be a lot more to Armoris than meets the eye. Okay. Okie dokie, Annie Oakley. Let's continue on with our day. I walk through the center of town for a while, getting to know the buildings, watching the people that pass me by. Linares turns into a quiet, nervous town as the sun begins to set, and I wonder if it's only recently Oh my god. I wonder if it's only recently lost its swarm. Yeah, if it's recently that it lost its swarm. I don't know, that's a weird sentence. I consider heading for the graveyard, something tugging at me, telling me that there's more there for me to find, but... Oh, hey, Alcur, yes, this guy, our little werewolf. Alcur appears from between the crooked houses, sending two children that were playing in the streets, scattering. You reek of them, of the twins. What the hell have you been doing in that damn church? Well, I was just doing my job. Are you feeding into their bullshit already? No. He pauses, huffing a sharp breath through his nose. I thought you'd be different, just like everyone said you would be. How stupid of me to want to believe them. Hey now, stop jumping to conclusions. This certainly isn't the first time I've been caught off guard by an angry lichen, but it's safe to say I don't need to fear for my life here. Maybe. It's not what you think. I was questioning them. He scoffs, rolling his eyes. His hands are shaking, but he balls them into fists when he catches me looking. Is that so? Yes, it is. Why should I believe you? I don't even know you. Oh my god, no you don't, which is why you should consider giving me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just doing my job, right? God. Do you suggest I just ignore the very obvious cult in the middle of town whilst investigating? His Wolfie is flicker back and forth and he unclenches his fist, right? Don't be dumb. You were just questioning them? Yes. I nod. Yes, of course. I was hardly agreeing with them in their hatred for, well, me. He rolls his eyes at me, standing his ground. Something has me curious, and I can't resist asking. Alker, they want to protect creatures like you from the likes of me. Why do you so clearly despise them? Because they couldn't care less about those of us that don't enjoy killing humans mindlessly. Because we're not true creatures if we stay out of trouble and befriend humans or each other. So if you dare to act even remotely human, you're the enemy too? He smirks, brows raised. Now you're getting it. Okay, I see. Alker is apparently defensive to a fall, but I sense that under the surface he's probably just scared, maybe even a little lonely. It must be hard to be feared like that. I saw the way the people in the tavern reacted to him the other day. Yeah. Do you have friends here, or were you following me? Oh, sorry. My mouse. Stop. There we go. Let's just ask. Do you have friends here? Are you close with anyone in town? He bristles, his tail swaying behind him. No, that's an odd question, and close is reaching. Okay, well, do you at least know anyone in town? You and Piper seemed aware of each other. He scoffs, his lips curling in disgust. Merriman and I are not close, unless you consider her kicking my ass her way of showing affection. Okay. I tilt my head, contemplating that she actually might. He laughs, a quick, sharp huff. Trust me when I say Merriman and I are not friends. Then no one. You truly have no one? Yeah. He softens slightly, his gaze dropping to the ground. I have friends, I suppose. Finn, Ezra, maybe even the demon. Yeah, Finn is the other guy, the vampire. But it's easier for me to keep my distance. Anyone who gets close to me always gets hurt. Aw, is that so? I think about the brand upon his chest, about what he did to deserve it. Why do you ask, anyway? You seem lonely, that's all. He straightens up, Wolfie is pressed flat against his skull. He's gonna be like Sundari about it. Well, maybe I like being alone. Maybe I like being lonely. Have you considered that? I am a wolf after all. Aren't we supposed to be solitary creatures? Well, not really. Well, that depends. Surely you have a pack? He stiffens at that, his next words firm, final. No, and don't ask me again. Oh. I suspect that he was like, what's it called? What's it called? Like banned from his pact, you know? Sadness swiftly replaces any trace of anger that I feel from him. I think he was banished from his pack. I'm pretty sure it's a touchy subject. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I won't mention it again. Thank you, Hunter. A moment passes and Alker sighs dramatically, shifting from one foot to the other. He doesn't seem wholly satisfied with my answer before questioning the twins, but I can't really do much more to convince him. So where are you heading now? Do you live nearby? He narrows his eyes at me, clearly contemplating if he wants to divulge such information. Why? I'm just curious. I like to keep my eye on you. I like to get to know you. I like to get to know you. Just curious. I like to get to know you. Hee. Can't I just try to get to know you a little better, right? And why would you want to know? And why would you want to do that? Well, you're an interesting character. I offer him a smile as I shake my head, incurious that he so obviously suspects the worst from everyone. Because I think there's more to you than meets the eye, right? Am I not allowed to be curious? He narrows those vivid scarlet eyes, meeting my gaze and holding it. I suppose you are. Good. He continues to stare me down, taking attentive step closer. So, if I did let you get to know me a little better, what then? I contemplate his question carefully, taking him in, surveying him from head to toe. Well, for starters, I'd buy you some shoes. He smirks, his scarred lip curling at the corner. He looks handsome when he smiles, a little softer. How thoughtful of you, but you wouldn't be the first to try. No? He shakes his head, wiggling his bare toes against the cobblestones. I run faster without. Oh, and you need to run often. Yes, you do. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Hey now! We share a quiet laugh, something passing between us. It's warm, and I feel like I'm finally getting to experience the real Alcor for the first time. Or at least I hope. Funny. I'm a funny guy. He glances up at the sky, muttering something under his breath before he sets his gaze upon me once again. It's getting dark, and there's a cold drink with my name on it at the Wolf. Okay. As much as I love to stay standing in the middle of the street talking to Linares' new favorite person, I better dash. Okay. Bye. Haha, he's such a cool guy. He turns as if he's about to leave, but he pauses, pointing at the Ibeck. The building looms over the town, and it appears even more unsettling now that I know who resides there. Stay away from them. You might think you're safe because they're human, but words can do just as much harm as knives or claws in this town. Right. Thank you. I get the horrible feeling that he's right, that maybe I should have pushed harder with them. I should be asking him about the murders, and I know for a fact that the enforcers don't brand creatures for fun, but Harry told me to trust my instincts, and right now something is pulling me towards that graveyard. I'll be careful. See to it that you are, Hunter. The town might bloody implode if it has to deal with much more. He makes a dismissive noise, scowling at me, but he's unable to mask his obvious worry for my well-being. Not that I care. There's the Sundari. Anyways, I'll see you around. Okay. He offers me a half-arse wave paired with a decidedly mischievous grin, and then Alcor slinks back into the alley from whence he came. Okay. Back to the graveyard in the middle of the night we go. The graveyard looks so different at night, beautiful even. Fog twists and curls around my ankles as I walk, glimmering specks of vivid blue light sparkling in its haze. Thankfully, the darkness is a little more forgiving this evening, and something seems to be guiding me along, leading me right to the place where the murder happened. I'm hoping that I might be able to get a clearer idea of what transpired here that night now that I know who he was, or what he was. I follow the path and see a dark figure crouching before a neat line of gravestones. There's no danger here, not that I can feel, but I approach with caution anyway. As I draw nearer, I recognize him. Who is it? It's Finn. Oh. I'm no fool, and I know he senses me here, but he doesn't flinch, keeping his gaze fixed on the dark forest that surrounds us. Wait, no warm welcome this time? Wait. Maybe we should wait? Wait? I guess. Wait? Or be a little flirty. I don't know. No warm welcome this time? I clear my throat, quirking my brow as he stands and turns to face me, effortlessly graceful. Oh my. Hey there. Hey there, my dude. There are no walls for you to pin me against out here. However will you cope? Yeah. His golden eyes shine in the darkness, and he offers me a sheepish glance. You know, when good people are getting brutally murdered, my instincts tend to get the better of me. I apologize again. I'll do anything you need for you to feel comfortable around me. Oh. No mind reading? No mind reading? Oh. He shakes his head quickly. No mind reading unless you ask, or unless you have any particularly loud thoughts. There's not much I can do there. Or unless you have particularly loud thoughts, there's nothing much I can do there. A smirk hooks the corner of his mouth, and he offers me his iron hand, switching to his flesh one when I throw him a curious look. Both just as cold as the other, unfortunately. Oh, truce? Truce. Sorry, I didn't mean to come off like I'm still upset at you, but I'm just playing around. I shrug heartily and shiver as his cold skin meets my warm. His handshake is firm, solidifying. Truce. I really need to have a look around. I sensed something near where the body was found the night after I arrived. Yes, there's definitely a strange energy here. He pauses, looking as though he's trying to decide if he should say what he's thinking. I can help you, you know. I mean, if you wanted an immortal opinion. Yeah. How exactly can you help me? He huffs a quiet laugh, folding his arms across his chest. Well, would an excellent sense of smell and the ability to see things your human eyes cannot be of use? Oh yeah, true. I feign disinterest, a playful roll of my eyes as he waits for my response. I suppose I shouldn't dismiss any help, but how do I know that you're not the thing committing these horrible crimes? I've been told to trust no one, more times than I can count, so tell me, Finn, why should I trust you? He offers me a wry smile, but sadness lingers in his gaze. Freedom. Freedom? He nods again, taking another deep, unnecessary breath. Yeah, because he doesn't breathe, I guess. I've been trying to be a better man since the day I died. My sire was a cruel man, a tyrant, and being around that for centuries does something to you. Ah, where is he now, your sire? He swallowed thickly, rubbing the back of his neck. It's almost a nervous gesture, and the first time I've seen him do anything that looked remotely human or graceless. Dead, killed by your lieutenant general. Oh, I owe Harry my life. He freed me from Levy's shackles. He pauses, head tilted toward the night sky, and he closes his eyes. I've done terrible things in my time, and I intend to pay penance for those for the rest of my days. A smile, something wicked. Which, if you hadn't heard, is forever. Oh, there's so many things I long to ask him. He's seen so much, done so much. And I assume lost so much. So to answer your question again, I value doing the right thing above all else. Oh, even if sometimes I tend to stumble a little, metaphorically of course. I offer him a wise smile, watching him watch me. Alright, I appreciate the help. I think I'm good. Spending more time with you would be nice. I want to flirt with him. Yes. Yes. Haha. I'm flirting with everybody. I'm such a hoe. God, okay, I'd be lying if I said that I'm not curious to get to know him a little better. Spending some time with you wouldn't be terrible, I suppose. He looks taken aback by my statement, but he recovers in record timing, a smirk that I've come to learn is quintessentially thin on his lips. Yeah, a smirk that has my cheeks heating. You suppose, huh? Yeah, I step closer, his gaze burning into mine, and I feel a shiver roll down my spine, goose flesh prickling across my skin. He notices. Of course he does. Are you cold? He's teasing me, so I decide to play along. Freezing. He laughs, and the sound is warm, deep, one I could become quite fond of hearing. Unfortunately, I can't warm you up. I'm quite dead, you know? Haha, true, sorry, yeah. I raise my brow at him, unable to stop the smile that spreads across my lips. Really? I didn't notice. The fangs and deathly pale skin are ever so subtle. Another laugh, and he pokes the point of one of his fangs with the tip of his tongue before he speaks. I find myself watching the movement quite intently. I don't think I've ever been called subtle before. Well, there's a first time for everything. He narrows his gaze, apparently contemplating his next sentence quite carefully. You're different, aren't you? I like different. Oh, I'm glad. I clear my throat, snapping myself out of this little daze that I appear to have lulled myself into. We should investigate now. He smiles, wider this time. He's handsome bathed in moonlight, even more so than in the artificial light of the shop. It's distracting, yes. At least you don't sparkle. He's apparently quite distracted himself, clearing his throat before he next speaks. Yes, we should. I brush past him a little closer than necessary, another shiver overtaking me as I feel his cool skin against my own. I head for the crime scene, hyper aware of him following close behind, knowing his gaze is burning into me. We stop at the charred patch of grass, Finn bending to pick up one of the bloody shards of the shattered gravestone. He brings it to his nose, glancing at me before he gives it a sniff. He crinkles his nose, apparently repulsed by whatever scent he's picked up. He hands me the stone, wiping his hands off on his trousers. I suggest you keep that. That's like nothing I've smelled before, and I've smelled a lot of different things in my time. Okay. I throw him an accusatory glance before I turn my attention back to what he's handed me. I put it in my pocket for safekeeping. You can't pick up anything familiar at all, so it's not the victim's blood then. He shakes his head. Definitely not his. Okay, it smells off. If it's from a creature, it's certainly not one I've come across in my 600 years. Damn, okay, so that's new then. That's new shit. Well, here goes nothing. Alright, I do exactly as I did last time, closing my eyes, concentrating, pouring all of my energy into seeking out that lingering memory. It's just as I remember, painful, loud, and I almost can't bear it as a deep, scared voice echoes in my mind. Leave while you still can. Oh, I feel a force pushing at me, but it's weak, nothing I can't handle, so I fight it and hold my ground. It's not hostile, but panicked. It's trying to tell me to go, to get out, to run. That just makes me want to stay all the more. I hear Finn saying my name, but it's quiet, distant, almost as if I'm underwater. I want to help. Tell me how. Who did this to you? No help, just death. You can't stop them. I tried. I fail. The voice disappears, and all I'm left with are more questions. I opened my eyes to find Finn crouched before me, eyes wide, concern etched on his handsome face. Hana, are you okay? What the fuck was that? Oh, just some... I guess... I don't know. Some mumbo-jumbo magic shit I can do. I wasn't listening, but I couldn't block it out. He was so loud. I exhale sharply, shaking my head, taking his hand as he offers it to help me stand. I fall against him, and he catches me with a fluid grace, holding me steady. It was the hunter. It must have been. What did you hear? He pauses, frowning, tightening his grip on me. Nothing coherent, just noise, but it was intense. That's never happened before. Yeah, what do you mean? I mean, I feel things. I hear things sometimes too, but I've never directly spoken to a spirit like that before. At least that's what I think it was. I should go find August. He seems reluctant to let me go, a stitch in his brow as he looks at me. Are you sure you're okay? I nod, regretting it immediately as a wave of dizziness overtakes me. Whoa there, I've got you. Oh, you need to find Ezra. He can help you, trust me. He's good with weird shit like this. Haha, okay. I contemplate heading back to see August, but I suspect they wouldn't appreciate me barging in at this hour with little more than a ghost story. You're right, I'll head for his shop immediately. Finn nods, still watching me, holding me close lest I wobble. Head straight there, promise me? Yeah. I place my hands on his chest, and Finn holds my arms as I try to steady myself. I will, thank you, Finn. Yeah. I chase his touch as we break apart, cool fingertips soothing against my skin. If you need me, don't hesitate to come. Ezra can tell you how to find me. I swallow thickly, nodding, trying to shake myself from this haze. I will, I swear it. Yeah. He turns and heads for the forest, casting a final, lingering glance at me over his shoulder before he disappears into the darkness. Now I need to find Ezra, and fast. Before I pass the fuck out. Okay, I'm gonna check for time. I'm gonna see where I am. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. I know it seems like a little bit on the shorter end, but it's just, you know, kind of cusping on the 1 hour mark. Or maybe, you know what? Let's just go find Ezra first, and then afterwards we'll leave it then, okay? Okay, let's do a little bit more. I hurry to the shop, still unsteady on my feet, my mind reeling. What the hell is going on in this town? I round the corner and spot Ezra's lantern, but it's not lit. I didn't realize how late it had gotten, and I can only hope that he's home. I knock on the door and immediately hear a loud crash, followed by quick footsteps. Ezra, hello? Oh, Omen! What in the hell? The door creaks open slowly, and a sheepish face that's definitely not Ezra's appears. Oh, hello, yeah. I'm taken aback by the sight of the demon, his eyes wide and wondrous as he stares at me, apparently trying to figure out what to say. Are you supposed to be in there, Omen? Yeah, he holds the door a little tighter, knuckles bleeding white. Yes, I'm maybe kind of living here right now? Oh, are you? Oh, really? Yes. He smiles shyly, his ears twitching. Ezra took me in when I had nowhere else to go. I don't stay here all the time, just when I need to. I see. Well, is Ezra here? He shakes his head, opening the door a little more. No, he went out. He said he wouldn't be long, but I don't know exactly when he'll be back. His eyes widen a little more as if he's remembering something, mouth forming a little O. Sorry, would you like to come in? Yeah, thanks. I contemplate rushing off to continue my search for Ezra, but I would be stupid to miss a chance to find out a little more about this curious demon. I'd love to, but just for a moment. Yes. Okay, there's a neat little pile of cushions arranged on the rug in the middle of the shop, and a handful of empty wrappers that I can only assume were once filled with treats. Omen rushes to pick the wrappers up, crunching them into a ball, his tail swaying as he sticks them in a small bin hidden behind the counter. He seems oddly at home here, so I assume he's telling the truth about staying here often. Right, you seem very tired. Have you been busy today? Yes. I laugh quietly, rubbing my temple, my head continuing to thrum. Very busy, yes. He nods, picking up a lightly glowing blue crystal that sits on the countertop, fiddling with it nervously. Omen, can I ask you a few questions, if that's okay with you? I suppose yes, but I might not be able to answer much. Oh, why's that? He flinches, grimacing. I try to stay out of things. The humans don't like me very much. Oh, because you're a demon, right? His mouth twists into something that looks like it's trying and failing to be a smile. Yes, that. Aw, you poor thing. I suppose that's fair. It's not every day you see a demon like him walking down the street, even these days. He's well glamoured, but he's still quite obviously inhuman. In a town like this, one so small, I imagine he's quite an unnerving presence. Ask him about the murders. Ask him about himself. We should get to know him. I like to get to know him. But anyways, as I was saying before I get too carried away, I'm going to end this episode here, you guys. We, surprisingly enough, did not find Ezra, even though we were supposed to find him in his little shop here. But that just, leaves more questions and more curious things to explore in the next episode. So we're gonna leave it here. I think I have a suspicion that we might, of course, do our second round in interacting with the characters that we've met already in the first chapter, to do a little bit more, of course, exploring, investigating, trying to find answers, asking questions, as well as getting a little flirt points with in between all that. So yeah, so I'm only assuming that. So so far we've had, I think, maybe 4 of them so far. I think it was August, Piper, and Alker that we interacted with. Oh yeah, and of course Finn just now. So all we have left, I think, is of course Omen and Ezra. Missing Ezra. Of course, I hope nothing bad happens to him since he's out and about so late at night. So yes, but either way, regardless, we found some information about the murders, them being that it's mainly hunters that are being targeted. But either way, no one should be safe. No one can be safe in this situation, and as well, we can't trust anybody, apparently. So tune in next time. We're going to uncover more of this little town and this little mystery here and more of its inhabitants and get our flirt on. So tune in then. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. But for now, bye!